What is going on, DB Gang? It's your boy, DBGTX-YT, and now we have finally gotten some V-Jump scans in regards to Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. People, listen. If you were not excited for Dragon Ball Z Kakarot before, I think that this is going to be the exciting news, the things that people were looking for, that keep continuing to say, this is the same boring old storyline. Why would I want to play the same old boring storyline? They should make something original, but you didn't buy Xenoverse. You may buy something original, but you didn't buy Fighters. You didn't buy something. I can go on and on about this shit, man. Listen, the bottom line of all of this is that Dragon Ball is iconic. And shout out to my man DMGaming 5. He has a rant video. I'm gonna post that rant video in the link below so you guys can go ahead and hear my boy out, because he nailed a lot of things on the head that, you know, that I was personally saying to a lot of people on my streams, a lot of people on my content stuff that I've been talking to on Twitter and whatnot. So I'm gonna leave that link down below so you guys can listen to what he's talking about in regards to the Dragon Ball Z Kakarot community, how now the hype is starting to ramp up, and how a lot of people who first were skeptical of the game or didn't want to buy the game outright because it was just a rehashed story of Dragon Ball Z and they wanted something new, or they wanted Super or something like that. Like, sorry, Dragon Ball Z is the most iconic arc in Dragon Ball, period. Dragon Ball is really good, but Dragon Ball Z is iconic, and everyone knows Z. Now, playing everything in Z, like you're watching the anime or you're playing the video, you know, like you're watching the anime and you're doing everything that the manga does, every side mission, collecting the Dragon Balls, things like that, you know, all those things, all those particular things you could do in this game. So if you're not excited for that as a Dragon Ball fan, to actually be in the Dragon Ball world like this, you are not a Dragon Ball fan, man. I'm sorry to break it. This is the only breaking news, the only time I'm taking this hot take alongside with my guy's rant. I'm letting you guys know, if you feel that is the same exact boring storyline, boring, specifically that part, boring storyline, you're not a Dragon Ball fan. You need to look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, am I just a Dragon Ball Z fan, or a Dragon Ball game fan? Or you're not a Dragon Ball fan, the actual series. You don't like Dragon Ball, because no matter how many times I get the same story, bro, the difference is that it's a take on it. It's a different take. Xenoverse had a different take. Fighters didn't even have a story related to the actual Dragon Ball Z story at all, which that is wonderful. Every other game that has had a story has had its own way of doing it. The arcs, their own way of doing the arcs and stuff like that, but we never had a game that you could play baseball, for example. Shout out to Antonio Sanchez, Miguel Jimenez, posting up the Twitter pics. DMGaming yesterday actually hit that on the mark, saying that we were going to be able to play baseball with Gohan. So shout out to my boy Antonio who posted that up, and this is the V-Jump scan right here, as you guys can see. They also dropped a few more things over on Dragon Ball. It's called Dragon Ball Super France. This website right here by Sophia Messier. She has been posting up Dragon Ball scans and leaks and things like that on Twitter too. And she's a reliable source, very reliable source. She posted up also on the Dragon Ball France website a combat system, a detailed combat system, which breaks down pretty much how the combat system works, from, of course, the regular mash buttons, which is square, and triangle and stuff like that. Then there is called there is stun move, break moves, gauge limiters, which means it's like when you do when you do your sparking or you charge all the way up the surge. There's evasive moves, and there's counter attack moves. So when somebody attacks you, if you time it right, yes, just like Batman Arkham City, if you time the attack right, you can dodge the attack. Now, does that work with beams? That was the one thing that I couldn't really translate when I was reading the French, the French translations. Couldn't really translate it too well, but I don't believe that the counterattack system works for beams. The dodge system does. So if you use the dodge system correctly when you're about to get hit with a beam, you will appear behind your opponent. So those are things that we're breaking down right here, which is really cool. If you want to get a full detailed listing of how the combat system works before even playing the game. What else? We also have another V-Scan Jump magazine right here by my boy Antonio, who dropped the high school Gohan. Yes, that is right. We are playing with the Great Saiyan Man, guys. That is right. We are playing with the Great Saiyan Man. And can nobody tell me that you're not excited to play? I'm excited to play with the Great Saiyan Man. People hate Great Saiyan Man. But I'm going to be honest to God. I am a big Power Rangers fan. So, the Great Saiyan Man art to me was cute. Was fun. Not a lot of people say that. Not a lot of people admit that. But I love the Great Saiyan Man. I love his costume. I love the reasoning behind it too. It made sense. And all of that put together, you see what I'm saying? Like all of that, you put that all together. It was a nice piece of slice of life. We can go into the Buu arc and talk about how bad the Buu arc and how it started one way or the other. That's a whole different video, whole different topic. What we need to discuss is the fact that you can play not only as the Great Saiyan Man, but you're going to be able to play as Teen Gohan. You're going to be able to do baseball. You're going to be able to more than likely race your Nimbus. That's going to be the one thing when you get the Great Saiyan Man suit. There's going to probably be a mini game for you racing racing the Nimbus back home. There's also going to be probably the mini games for Gohan's training. I am so hoping for this, and I hope that they do this so much that they go ahead and expand the mini game, not the mini game, but Gohan's training, the rest of Gohan's training with Goten, like dodging rocks, doing things like that, like, because more than likely there's gonna be things like that. It's gonna ask you go to point A, do this, and then you're gonna probably fight some henchmen or something like that. I'm hoping that they have a race between you and Goten, like in the show when they go ahead and leave Chi-Chi's house and they're racing into the field. Little things, those details matter. If y'all don't understand, those details matter, like very much matter. Another thing that we got is official scans for Yakon and Pui Pui. Yes, Yakon and Pui Pui are in the game. You will be fighting Yakon and Pui Pui. Of course, you will be using Vegeta and Goku accordingly to fight these two guys. As part of the actual main story. And then finally, we have what everyone's been looking for, Majin Buu. So in this V-Jump scan, we have officially, yes, the official scan reveal, not even reveal, but we saw the trailer, but this is the official scan for Majin Buu. You could get turned into, he could turn you into candy. And he has the Super Buu explosion, which it's a super area coverage apparently. I don't know if it's not avoidable. That's the thing. But then again, this game has such an wide open area, where you fight. So if he does the Super Buu explosion, you probably could fly all the way up to the sky or something like that, or get away. So I think it's avoidable. But the way the scan is looking here is like they got caught on purpose. So this guy right here, who, if you guys don't know who that is, right here, that's Gohan. That's Gohan. You're using Teen Gohan when he's dressed as the Great Saiyan Man right here to fight Super Buu, to fight Majin Buu. And yeah, so Buu used a super explosion there. It's kind of showcasing the skill sets that Majin Buu has as a villain. So yeah, that is also happening. Again, this is another scan for the baseball. And interesting tidbit, the interesting tidbit of this is that over here, this is Shatner, which is the original guy who was pitching. You understand what I'm saying? The one that hit Gohan in the head or whatever the case might be. But then if you see this picture right here, yes, the bottom picture. And let me see if I can zoom in this real quick. Let me see if I can zoom in. Let me see if I can zoom. Okay, this picture right here, this has Gohan wearing his gi. So this is like Ultimate Gohan arc right here, right? And the person who's pitching is Yamcha. What does that mean? That means that we will be able to play these mini games on our own free time. After we do like the actual mini game, we can actually go back and play this mini game, you know, or whatever the case might be. And this one in particular is more like a home run derby style mini game than anything else. So it's really cool. It's really cool that they're adding all this stuff. All these side quests, all these little mini series. It makes the game much more enjoyable, and a lot of people who were on the fence because it's the same boring game again are now starting to look into it, starting to believe that this is going to be what it was always meant to be, an amazing action game RPG. Finally, we have, of course, the physical model for Banyu, the Ginyu Force that left. Let's put it like that. She is Jay's sister. If nobody knows who Banyu is thus far, this is Jay's sister. She left the Ginyu Force essentially because she didn't like all the posing and all that stuff. As a pre-order special, you get to fight her in a training module, and I believe somewhere along the line in the actual story she probably will pop up for one or two reasons. And then finally, this is the full scan of the whole thing that we got here, with everything that we know. So we have the home run derby, like I mentioned. We have the pre-order food. So if you pre-order the game, you'll get the training with Banyu and the super special meat pre-order. And of course, we have the family gathering, the picnic gathering for Goku on Yard Rat. So those are the last few things on the VJump scan. Anyway, with that being said, guys, that's all we got today. I'm sorry I wanted a little bit on that little rant at first because I just had to make sure that I got that out. You know, that we all stand firm as Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, as the Dragon Ball Z Kakarot community keeps expanding. We, the up and coming YouTubers, content creators, the ones that have been doing this are the ones that deserve the praise for continuing to sponsor the brand, for continuing to support and push out Dragon Ball Z Kakarot when a lot of people were already not even covering it, not even talking about it, and just dismissing it as just another Dragon Ball Z game and another cash grab. So with that being said, I feel like I'm at the forefront alongside with my guys DMGaming 5, Ken Zyro, Globku, and everybody else that's been on here doing their thing, whether it's Dragon Ball Super France, whether it's Sophia Messier, whether it's my boy Antonio, you name it. Like, all of these people have been at the Dragon Ball Z Kakarot front, sponsoring, pushing, and letting everybody know that this is the action RPG we've been waiting for years. Okay, 4 years. And I'm not going back down on anybody coming into my channel telling me that I should stick to Xenoverse, or that I'm not gonna back down on anybody that when I go to Reddit and post up my stuff, people be trying to tell me on Reddit to stop being a bait artist. There's no such thing. There's no such thing. There's no bait here. This is all full information, full information given to you guys from the actual source. So holla at your boy. Let me know what you guys think about all the exciting things that are happening here on the Dragon Ball Z Kakarot front. I am excited, ecstatic about all the possibilities of this game, and we are getting a lot of stuff unfolded in the Majin Buu arc. We already left the Cell arc, now we're in the Majin Buu arc, and yeah, that's it. That's all I got for you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Holla at your boy, DBGTX, over and out.